In this video, I'll discuss how to protect yourself from identity theft, and we're starting right now. Hey guys, Elliot here. So a number of years ago when I first started up this channel, one of the first videos I ever put up was called What to Do If Your Identity is Stolen. It proved to be the most popular video on my channel, racking up nearly 100,000 views thus far. It has been a while since it came out, so I think it's time to revisit and update the topic of identity theft, as the problem has not gone away, and if anything got worse over the years, with significant increases in corporate hacking and data breaches, and various other attacks like phishing to steal your personal information. This is an expensive problem as well, with American adults losing a total of $43 billion to identity fraud in 2023, according to one report. So what exactly is identity theft? How do you know you've been a victim? And most important, how do you prevent it? I'll answer all these questions in this video, so stick around. And as always, if you enjoy this content and get a lot of value out of it, be sure to subscribe and smash that like button. So first off, what exactly is identity theft? It is the crime of stealing and impersonating another person's identity for financial gain. This is something that can happen to anyone, children, adults, and seniors. The victims can be any gender, race, ethnicity, and income level. Identity theft is one of the most common consequences of data breaches and exposed consumer records, which, if you may recall, were major news in the last few years, with everything from Yahoo and Facebook to Target and Equifax getting hacked. The other way to become victimized is through individual hacking or theft of personal information. While data breaches are unfortunately more or less out of your hands, the individual hacking or theft is definitely something you can try to control. So how do you know when your personal info was compromised? Here are some warning signs that your personal data was stolen and someone is pretending to be you. Number 1, your bank statement doesn't look right or your checks bounce. Number 2, you see unfamiliar and unauthorized activity on your credit card or credit report. Number 3, your bills and mail are missing or you receive unfamiliar bills. Number 4, you get denials for loan applications. Number 5, you notice an unexpected drop in your credit score. Number 6, your cell phone or another utility loses service. Number 7, you receive calls from debt collectors for accounts you didn't open. Number 8, your medical bills don't add up or your medical claim is denied. Number 9, you're unable to file taxes because someone already has filed a tax return in your name. And finally, number 10, you're notified that your information was exposed in a data breach. So if you did indeed confirm that you are a victim of identity theft, you will need to take some or all of the following steps as soon as you can. A few of these will of course take some time, but at least get them started. First, place a fraud alert with all 3 major CRAs and get your credit reports. Here are the web and phone numbers to use, and I'll post these in the description below as well. Second, call any company where you know fraud occurred and close or freeze all accounts. If you don't close them, at least change all PINs and logins. Third, report the identity theft to the FTC, which is the Federal Trade Commission. Go to IdentityTheft.gov or call 1-877-438-4338 and include as many details as possible in your report. Based on the information you enter, IdentityTheft.gov will create your identity theft report and recovery plan. This plan will walk you through each of the recovery steps. Fourth, proceed to close new accounts opened in your name. Explain that someone stole your identity and ask the businesses to close the accounts and to send you a letter confirming they did this. Then remove bogus charges from your accounts by disputing each and every one of them. Ask the businesses to remove the charges and send you a letter confirming they actually did this. Finally, correct your credit report with the big 3 CRAs by contacting their fraud department. You already have the web addresses and phone numbers. Here are the physical addresses. I will post these in the description below as well. Here are some additional tips for more specialized items that may have been affected. For example, if you suspect a misused social security number, review your social security work history. You do this by creating an account at the address ssa.gov/myaccount. If you find errors, you will need to contact your local Social Security Administration office. If you suspect your taxes have been filed by someone else, contact the IRS to let them know. Tax return fraud is more common than you think and is done to steal a person's tax refund money. If you suspect medical services were provided to someone else under your name, contact your health insurance provider. This type of impersonation is less common, but it does happen to claim benefits. And finally, it may be a good idea to clear your name of potential criminal charges by letting your local police department know of the ID theft right away. That way, if someone uses your name in a crime, you won't be confused with that person. While this may sound unlikely, it has happened in the past. So after going through this checklist, you may presume that when it comes to ID theft, prevention is far better than a cure, and you would be correct. Here are some steps you can take to minimize the chances you will fall victim to ID theft or not allow the thieves to do too much damage if it happens. The number one suggestion is freezing your credit. A freeze will stop all activity on your credit file, and since a credit check is always required, this will stop anyone from trying to open a new account after stealing your identity. Of course, this will also prevent a legitimate credit inquiry, so you'll need to unfreeze your credit before applying for something like a car loan. This action has become far easier to implement since the Equifax data breach in 2017. At one time, there were fees to do this, but all three CRAs now allow freezing and unfreezing free of charge. To freeze or unfreeze your credit, call or go online with all three CRAs and look for the option to do this. I would recommend creating a customer account with all three, so this step is even easier and faster to do. Here again are the numbers and web addresses of the CRA credit freeze services, and I will leave this info in the description below as well. Suggestion number 2 is one you've likely heard before, and that is to safeguard your social security number. Until much needed security reforms happen in this area, your social security number remains the master key to your personal data. Guard it as best you can, and when you're asked for it, ask why it is needed and how it will be protected. Don't carry a social security card with you in case you lose it, and be sure to securely store or shred paperwork containing the number. Suggestion number 3 is to scrub your social media and do not give away any personal data. Your social security number aside, there are a lot more pieces of information that are of value to an identity thief. Do not, for example, reveal your mother's maiden name or your exact birthday. Think of any other information that you use as a personal challenge questions used to prove you are who you are when resetting an account or login. If thieves learn this info, they can impersonate you and take over your accounts. Suggestion number 4 is to monitor your medical and financial records as well as your bank and credit card statements for any inaccuracies. This is the canary in the coal mine. Any theft of your financial info will first show up in your bank or credit card statement. Also, monitor your medical records to ensure no one is getting care under your name. Suggestion number 5 is to shred everything. Invest in a good cross shredder and destroy all documents, no matter how insignificant, once they're no longer needed. Shred all unsolicited credit card offers or opt out for 5 years by calling 1-888-567-8688 or visit optoutprescreen.com. Suggestion number 6 is to keep an eye on your mail. Use a secure mailbox or retrieve your mail immediately after receiving it. If away on vacation, have the post office hold all mail and also try to go paperless for all your bills and statements. Suggestion number 7 is to keep an eye on your wallet or purse in public. Carry as little as possible and take copies of the front and back of your credit cards, keeping that image secure at home. If your plastic is stolen, you can quickly find the numbers to call to cancel and reset everything. Suggestion number 8 is to secure your online data and use strong passwords. Until more secure ways to prove who a person is online are widely implemented, try your best to use stronger passwords and do not reuse too many of them across your critical websites such as for bank or credit card. Also, be cautious with clicking links and unfamiliar attachments in emails. Watch for insecure websites using only HTTPS ones, and be careful on any public computer or Wi-Fi system. Finally, it's worth mentioning that there are a number of companies that specialize in helping with identity theft protection and recovery, including LifeLock, Identity Force, and ID Watchdog. Are they worth it? Well, the truth is a lot of what they do you can do yourself by just following the guidelines I discussed in this video. These companies do provide ID theft insurance, which will compensate you the costs of fixing the damage from an ID theft, so that may be valuable for some people. But if you have the time to implement your own precautions, starting with freezing your credit, I would just save your money and do it all yourself. So these are the essential facts on identity theft, how to recognize it happened, how to deal with it, and how to prevent it. Please do like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.